I'd always liked Steve Martin, so one evening I wandered into Roxanne and discovered a great comedy. He'd taken the Cyrano de Bergerac plot and packed it with laughs and great elegance without losing the, if you'll excuse the expression, pathos. Here's a favourite moment. Roxanne Darryl Hannah has managed to lock herself out of her house by jamming her dressing gown in the back door. Naked, she pops next door to Steve's fire station to get help.
Hello? Hello?
I'm locked out of my house.
I can get you back in. Come on inside, I'll get some tools.
I don't have any clothes on.
You want a coat or anything?
No, I really like to stand naked in this bush in the freezing cold.
I'll get the tools.
Irony is a comedian's way of communicating. It's got a wink to it. And that's what I like.
Nobody had a coat?
I thought you said you didn't want a coat.
Why would I not want a coat?
You said you didn't want a coat.
I was being ironic.
Oh, irony. Oh, no, we don't get that here. See, people ski topless here while smoking dope, so irony is not really a high priority. We haven't had any irony here since about 83, when I was the only practitioner of it, and I stopped because I was tired of being stared at.
Oh, brother.
It was my first solo screenplay, Roxanne. And it was a big turning point because, as I said to a friend of mine afterwards, it was the first time I, as a comedian, had felt respect.
I know that scene had particular resonance for Steve because, like most of the Americans I know, he despairs of those large areas of his native country where irony is a foreign language, the Midwest and the South, really. Mostly Bush supporters. Now, let me share a personal problem with you. The difficulty about being a professional comic is that after about 40 years of it, you have heard most of the jokes. You do know most of the patterns. So the comedy you now see it's fine, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not special like the first time you saw Chaplin or Milligan or Cook. And in the last decade, there's only one comedy hero who's really thrilled me, Bill Hicks. And he does stand-up.
After the show, I go to a Waffle House. I'm not proud of it. I'm hungry. I'm eating, I'm alone, and I'm reading a book. Waitress walks over to me. Hey, what you reading for? Is that like the weirdest question ever? I have never, ever been asked that. You know what I mean? What are you reading? Oh, okay. But what are you reading for? Shit, you stumped me. Why do I read? Why do I read? I don't know. Guess I read for a lot of reasons, you know, and one of them is so I don't end up being a fucking waffle waitress, all right? Then this trucker in the next booth gets up, stands over me and goes, well, looks like we got ourselves a Rita.
Great delivery and very good at the modern world. You know, it really felt there was a tortured soul in there, sort of making jokes on behalf of us all to try and make us more sane and making us laugh at the same time.
A lot of Christians wear crosses around their necks. Do you think when Jesus comes back, he ever wants to see a fucking cross? It's kind of like going up to Jackie Onassis with a little sniper rifle pendant, you know. Hey, Jackie, just thinking of John. We loved him.
Stunning. Hicks seems to me to be all that Lenny Bruce was supposed to have been, but never was. Look at this.
I did that joke in Alabama. These three rednecks met me after the show. Hey, buddy, come here. Hey, Mr. Comedian, come here. Yeah, I love that move. Come here. Not a physics major. That's a safe bet. Mr. Funny Man, come here. Hey, buddy, we're Christians. We don't like what you said. I said, then forgive me.
A great satirist, but now the bad news. A few months later, Bill Hicks was dead. Pancreatic cancer, just like that. What a loss. Because deep down, I do feel that comedy is best when it's about something, even though it's never changed anything. I think we should all pretend that it sometimes does. Now, in conclusion, please remember one thing. Comedy is much, much harder than drama. That's why there have only been about 8 perfect comedy films since the world began. So all of these heroes of mine also did plenty of stuff that wasn't actually that good. But we must judge them on their best moments, when they made us laugh so much, they filled us with joy.
Next Monday, it's Lenny Henry's turn. More on that in a moment. And then next tonight, When Camilla Met the Princes.